I don't think I can do this. Yes, you can. I don't think so. Yes, you can. You'll be fine. You'll be great. Hi, I'm Diana Pele, and I'm here to talk to you about my use of extreme self-talk. I'm not sure if it's a quirk, a habit, or a passion, whatever you want to call it. I must talk to myself all the time. And this is something I started doing as a child, and it is, after all, very natural for children to talk to themselves. But the older I got, I found myself doing it more and more. And even as a teenager, despite being popular and with my friends so often, I always needed to take breaks from them just to be alone with myself and my own thoughts and voice. It's something that I do so often that I forget that I'm doing it until somebody else points it out. My mother or sisters yell at me to tell me to stop, or I'm at the grocery store and the young man working asks if everything's okay, if I need help finding anything. Or my favorite is when I'm out on a walk, sometimes a passerby happens upon me as I'm talking to myself, and thankfully, I usually have my phone in my hand. I pretty much always do because I track my workouts, and I just quickly pretend that I'm either talking to someone or using talk to text, so I don't seem so crazy. Now, I would be inclined to think that it's because I'm alone so often. And naturally, I would want someone to talk to, so I just talk to myself. But honestly, I really need to, and I purposely will distance myself from people just to be alone, so my thoughts can pour out freely. People usually journal for this, and I do, but it's just not the same as being in an empty room, rambling on and on about your day, your life, your problems, about the crazy neighbor down the hall who probably thinks you're just as crazy, if not more, about the mysteries of the universe and all your brilliant philosophies on them. I do try to journal, but my thoughts go so fast that my hands just can't keep up with my thoughts. And I have very poor attention. And perhaps because I'm narcoleptic and at any given moment I feel like I'm going to fall asleep, when I talk to myself out loud, it keeps me alert and focused. Otherwise, my thoughts drift off somewhere into the ether. So basically, talking to myself, it helps me to remember what I need to be doing. And it assists in problem solving, and it really just helps me stay in the here and now. And thankfully, I found that I'm not crazy after all. Well, not completely at least. Self-directed speech was notably studied and discussed by Russian psychologist Lev Vygotsky, who noted that self-talk aids in memory, motivation, and creativity. It also helps with emotional regulation and problem solving. Children especially utilize this tool, and research proves that self-talk among children is important in their development. It's involved in higher mental functions and is usually associated with higher intelligence. Ethan Kross, a professor of psychology at the University of Michigan, talks about two types of self-talk that you're most likely familiar with: instructional self-talk, like helping yourself through a task, or motivational self-talk, which you heard me doing earlier. As Kross says, language provides us with a tool to gain distance from our own experience when we're reflecting on our lives. And that's really why it's useful. When we talk to ourselves, we're trying to see things more objectively. Talking to yourself provides self-distancing. And a good example of this is think about how you are more easily able to give advice to somebody else who's having a problem. You're not engrossed in the situation the way they are, so you can see the situation much more clearly. Studies show that self-dialogue helps to quell generalized anxiety. In situations where social anxiety may arise, it helps a situation not be so threatening. So if you are frazzled and need a motivational pep talk, you might consider giving it in the second or third person, which can help you look at the situation from a more logical, objective perspective rather than an emotionally biased one. Communication is very important in life, but sometimes it's more useful when the speaker and the hearer coincide. Self-talk has several therapeutic implications, and I don't need any study to know that. In talking to myself, I work through so many of my problems, my fears, my anxieties. I am able to make peace with trauma. I'm able to inspire myself to get through a miserable day. And I do believe that I am not alone all the time when I'm talking. So I don't know, maybe I am crazy, but I usually feel the presence of something or someone. Um, I don't know, maybe it's the spirits that walk among us, or my past or future self. Maybe it is the beings from the star system that I'm from. I don't know. But mostly, I like to think that my higher self is there speaking to me, helping me along this harrowing journey that is my life. High intelligence combined with imagination creates quite the eccentricities. But really, if you have never conversed with yourself out loud, try it. I bet you'll find all the benefits that I have.